Good morning. We are out here on another California adventure. We are at the Phantom Spires right now, and it's going to be the first time this season we're climbing some trad. Really looking forward to it. It is a beautiful bluebird day, little bit of wind, but honestly it's so hot we can take it, and we're really looking forward to plugging some gear on some great granite. Phantom Spires is located off of US 50 in the El Dorado National Forest on the way to Lake Tahoe. It offers a great mix of both single and multi-pitch trad climbs at a variety of grades, and it even has some single-pitch sport climbs, mostly in the 510 range and up. The granite is high quality and solid, offering a really unique range of dikes, knobs, and other features to hold on to. While some people don't like this because it makes the climbing a little less splitter, I really enjoy holding onto these jugs and using the little knobs for feet. The first two routes we got on were Cockabooty and then Cockabooty's left variation. This is a set of 3 routes that are all 5/7 trad that share one single bolt anchor. The center line is the best, offering some really good lie backing down low and then a really interesting thought-provoking balance move towards the top. The left variation, which is what you can see me climbing now, is okay and has kind of a little weird intermediate squeezy part before you can decide to either go up the center through that thought-provoking move again, or you can go up to the left for some slightly easier options. Here's Masha making quick work of that upper section. After we had warmed up and were feeling pretty good, we decided to lead the prow, which is a bolted 510 AB directly above Cockabooty. So going right off the anchor, you need to do this kind of airy step across on the arête, get your first bolt in, pull around the corner. Once you're on the arête properly, it feels really exposed, just between the air of being on the arête and the fact that it's kind of disjointed from the rest of the wall. You are very aware of the amount of air surrounding you. The actual climbing is pretty good. There are a lot of solid holds and good positions, and all the clips are definitely really safe. In between, however, there are a couple sort of desperate slaps or some holds that are barely there, some kind of smeary feet. So it was really about kind of keeping it together when things felt really bad, but then knowing that there would be, a good resting position in a move or two. I will admit that I was a little more scared leading this than I really wanted to be. I think it was just the beginning of the season, first time on multi-pitch, just kind of got in my head, and once again, this is really exposed, so I was feeling that. Also, my shoe was untied, and while that didn't really make a difference mentally, that always just frazzled me. And I was really happy to make it to the top with no falls and no drama. When it was her turn to climb, Masha followed like it was nothing. She absolutely styled this and took way less time than I did, although I will proudly admit that she did see why there was a little bit of a spice factor here and did admit for a minute that she was happy that she was following instead of leading. After we got off the prow, which was my first ever experience with Simo rappelling, we decided to step the grade up a little bit and get on some 5/9s. This is Masha leading a route called Lean and Mean, which goes up this sort of stemmy dihedral corner. She had no problem with it because it really favors people with good technique, and her technique is excellent. The crux move is really tenuous and involves a really shallow 2-finger pocket in the crack, really bad feet, and really nothing for your right hand other than just pressing. Masha climbed this cautiously because she was on lead and you're a few feet above your last piece, but also really confidently. When it was time for her to turn up, that was exactly what she did. And while the ending overhang on this looks a little scary, it's actually Jug City and a lot of fun. For my lead, I went to the route to the right, which is called Cornflakes and is also rated 5/9. I picked this route because it's a lot of lie backing, and I was hoping that it would be much more just straightforward sort of power, a little bit of thuggery, and a little less technique. The lie backs are really fun. The gear is really good. You have some nice stances every 5-10 feet to place. But what was a little tricky is that the crux move is actually sort of a balancy face move right at the moment where the crack peters out. It took me a little while here to find the body position on the holds and trust my feet, but I was actually really happy that I committed not knowing if I was going to stick it or not. Once you do that move, it's a chill little traverse left on the roof, then you get to pull that fun bulge move, same thing as lean and mean. After those two routes, we said goodbye to the middle spire for the day and headed up the hill to the upper spire. The route we decided to climb was called Gingerbread, and it's a 2-pitch 5-7. It's called Gingerbread because the rock is so featured that it's actually similar to the architectural style of gingerbread, which is really ornate Victorian houses similar to those that you'd see in San Francisco. I do have to say this route definitely lived up to its name. The first pitch climbs this flake system that you can either jam, lie back, or stem across, and it was really fun to use a variety of techniques to get through. Once you get through this section, you have to make a traverse right, which I would say is the crux of the whole route. After the traverse, which involves some tenuous smearing, you end up on some good feet, you can place a really good number 4, and then you pull to the left onto a really featured face. The face is a little run out, but you can sling a chicken head or two, and honestly the difficulty drops a lot, so it's pretty manageable.
That's understandable.
But here I could build like 30 different anchors.
Yes, I'm not surprised to hear that. All on different blocks.
Here I am starting to lead the second pitch, which is really the highlight of the route. The route climbs to the left of the crack on all of these wild knobs, dikes, and other features. You place gear in the crack, and you probably want some bigger pieces. I think I placed a 2, a 3, and a 4, as well as options to sling chicken heads if you'd like. I'd basically go right, place something in the crack, and then go back left to the face to keep moving upwards. And this was a lot of fun. Some of these knobs were huge, and they made absolutely perfect jugs, and I really, really enjoyed the position, the climbing, everything about this route was really wonderful.
Dude, this was a really cool pitch.
Once it was Masha's turn to follow, she of course sped up in no time and made it look really, really good. At this point, it was definitely getting pretty late in the day. I think it was almost 8 o'clock. You can see those shadows, so I was really happy that we were able to do this climb quickly and efficiently.
Yeah, I need a nap.
Well, it's a good thing that's our last route.
That's a hard thing to remember.
There you go. And you gotta grab this thing out to your. You gotta grab. It's too good not to. Like that's where like.
This would have been a great chicken head sling.
I know, but I was like, I don't need to. It's like 5-0, baby.
Once we made it to the top, we enjoyed the position at the top of the upper spire, which is a really, really nice place to be. The sun had just disappeared over the horizon, so we were able to enjoy the last little bit of evening glow as we rappelled down and called it a day. Great day of climbing at the Phantom Spires. We climbed a ton of routes and definitely worked some skills that'll treat us well for the rest of the summer. Both Masha and I stepped up and led some 9s. It was my second 5-9 lead ever, which felt really good. And it was just good to, you know, work some multi-pitch systems, get a little exposure under the belt, play some gear. It was a great time. We're about to camp out in the parking lot. We got some great pasta for dinner lined up, and really looking forward to climbing again sometime soon. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate the support, and I'm out here trying to upload one adventure every single week, so you don't want to miss that. Please stay tuned, and I hope to see you on another adventure.